When Home Turns Hell. Disclaimer: this is a fictional story created to raise awareness about the struggles children face in difficult homes. Viewer discretion is advised. The morning sky over Enugu was still pale when Amoka stood by the bedroom window, her eyes tracing the slow-moving clouds like someone searching for a sign. The house, once filled with the scent of food and the voice of her late husband, now echoed with the tired shuffle of children's feet and the sound of pots clinking in the background. Her youngest was crying in the other room again. The twins were bickering over slippers. Only Chinoza, quiet and watchful, sat in the corner with her school books open but untouched. Amoka rubbed her temples. Her body felt heavier these days, though she hadn't aged much. 39 wasn't supposed to feel this one out. It had been nearly 8 months since Ikenna, her husband, her friend, the father of her children, was buried beneath the red earth of Nsukka. The hole his death left wasn't just in her heart, but in the bills, the school fees, the half-empty pot of soup that barely lasted 2 days. By day, she worked long hours at a maternity clinic, taking in other people's babies while barely keeping her own fed. By night, she sewed uniforms for extra money. But 5 children meant 5 mouths, 5 uniforms, 5 school fees, 5 futures waiting for direction. Something had to give. Her eyes lingered on Chinoza. 13. Bright. Obedient. So much like her father. And the one child who, she thought with guilt, might cope best away from home. She called gently. Noza. Come, my daughter. Yes, Mommy. Go and wake your siblings and help them prepare for school, Amoka said. When you come back, we need to talk. Later that day, after the children had left, Amoka sat across from Chinoza. My daughter, she began slowly. I've made a decision, one that is not easy for me, but necessary. You'll be going to stay with your uncle Ebuka in Owerri. Chinoza's face fell. But I can help you here, Mommy. I don't want to go. Amoka's eyes glistened. This is not punishment. It's love. Your uncle will take care of you. You go to a good school. You'll be safe. Chinoza nodded slowly, her voice low. I'll be fine. But her chest ached as she hugged her mother tight. The journey to Owerri took nearly 5 hours in a crowded bus. Chinoza sat quietly, her thoughts louder than the honking horns. Uncle Ebuka's apartment was neat and welcoming. His children, Kamsi and Somto, giggled shyly. Auntie Ifeoma smiled politely, though it didn't quite reach her eyes. Ebuka promised, she's my daughter now. I'll enroll her in school on Monday. Amoka left the next morning with a heavy heart. Chinoza's first weeks in Owerri started well. She woke early, helped with the children, and settled into her new school. Ebuka bought her uniforms and books, and even gave her a novel. But slowly, Auntie Ifeoma's mood changed. At first it was little things, redoing chores, complaining unnecessarily, making sharp remarks. Still, Chinoza stayed respectful, writing in her diary each night, "Be better tomorrow." When Ebuka traveled for work, things worsened. Chinoza noticed that her aunt's kindness in front of others was very different from the way she treated her privately. She missed school sometimes, often felt unwell, and carried herself with a quiet sadness. Her teacher noticed. Chinoza, she asked gently one morning, "Are you okay?" Chinoza only nodded, but her silence said otherwise. The teacher, not convinced, reached out to Uncle Ebuka. Ebuka listened carefully as the teacher expressed concern about Chinoza's frequent absences and her withdrawn behavior. His heart sank. He called his wife immediately, but her explanations felt uncertain. That evening, Auntie Ifeoma confronted Chinoza. "So, you've been talking to your teacher?" she asked sharply. "No, Auntie. I didn't say anything." Her aunt's voice hardened. "Remember, this is not your mother's house. If you want peace here, you must learn to stay quiet." The words stung more than anything else. That night, Chinoza lay awake, staring at the ceiling, feeling as though the door to her future had been quietly shut. That evening, when Uncle Ebuka came back, he immediately noticed how stiff Chinoza's movements were and how quietly she kept her eyes on the floor. "What happened to you?" he asked with concern. Before she could answer, Auntie Ifeoma quickly said, "She's fine. Just being dramatic as always." But Ebuka wasn't convinced. He noticed the faint marks on her arm and the way she winced when she bent down. His tone sharpened. "Ifeoma, what is going on? Did something happen again? How many times have I warned you?" Ifeoma's lips tightened. "So now you scold me because of her? Someone who isn't even your child." "She is my sister's child," Ebuka replied firmly. "And as long as she's in my house, I will protect her." The conversation ended with Ebuka walking away, anger still in his steps. But in Ifeoma's heart, something darker than anger was beginning to grow. Later that week, she met a friend at a small food joint. Leaning close, she whispered bitterly, "It's like I'm losing my husband to that girl. He loves her more than me and even more than our children." The friend gave her a long look. "If you really want his attention back, there are ways. Some people go to certain women who can help them change things." Ifeoma hesitated only briefly. "Tell me where to go." A few days later, she returned home carrying a small, tightly wrapped packet that she kept hidden. That night, she cooked Ebuka's favorite meal with unusual care. Before serving it, she quietly added something from the packet, stirring until it disappeared. At dinner, Ebuka ate without complaint, even praising the taste. The changes didn't happen overnight. At first, they were subtle. He stopped asking Chinoza about her schoolwork. His greetings to her became short, distracted. Soon, he began siding with Ifeoma whenever she complained. When Chinoza tried to explain herself, he cut her off. The warmth that once lit up his eyes when he saw her faded. In its place was a cool indifference, as though she were just another distant relative. For Chinoza, the loss felt like watching the sun disappear behind a cloud that never moved. Life in the house shifted. With no protection from her uncle, Ifeoma no longer bothered to hide her hostility. Chinoza's schooling was the first casualty. While the other children left for school each morning, she stayed behind, burdened with endless chores. No matter how hard she tried, nothing was ever good enough. Meals became smaller, sometimes delayed until late. The harsh words that followed her around the house cut even deeper than the hunger.